Slurp, slurp, slurp.
Oh.
All of us are just going to be making slurping noises now until Magic gets us back on
Well,
sound.
they
The
did get
internet,
that.
they
They
deserve
did
it.
get that. They got that last
Excellent.
one. So
Oh, no,
I'm
it
counting
was.
Hell
it.
yeah, everybody. Welcome.
They what?
I will have you know,
Christ.
TPK world, that I have fully prepared for this session, top to bottom, 3 times. All 3 times something has gone wrong. Hey,
doing
what's up,
great.
everybody?
You probably know something's gonna go wrong for
Yeah,
us.
we can hear everything now, right? You can hear me. You can hear my lovely clouder. All that jazz. Yeah, we got all of it. Duh.
Shout out to there being no tags on this episode except LGBTQIA+.
No, there's a bunch.
I see a bunch.
I
There's-
only see LGBT.
There's roleplay, there's improv, there's English, one-shot adventures, persistent campaign.
Weird. Only the queer is showing up for me. Who knew that?
Only the gays.
Only the gays are here.
That's all that matters.
Okay, so we're here. We're back. We're in. Welcome to Queen's Gambit, TPK's Tyranny of Dragons campaign, with a whole bunch of personal twists and stuff from not only myself but everybody else here. Let's go around the table real quick and introduce ourselves, introduce our characters, and we'll get into the quick recap of last session and just dive right in. Heck, who are you?
All right, hey everyone, it's me, Sir Heckalot. Tonight, as per usual, I'm playing Aster, the Shifter Circle Wildfire Druid. Taking it on over to Nipper Nip.
Hello, everybody. I am Niffer. I am very sick, but dang it, I am going to fight a dragon. So help me. I am playing El Seo. They are a Asmar time wizard, and we are so ready.
Hiya, it's me, Hyacinth, and I'm playing Icarus, Twin 2, Elvin Bardlock, and I'm gonna try to find any way to not fight a dragon that I can.
Hello,
You
it's
have
me.
one way to
Oh,
not fight a dragon, and that's it.
Yeah, you've made one whole plan. Hello everyone, it's me, Corndog McGraw, twin number 1. I am playing Juno, the Elven cleric. Over to Chrissy.
Yeah, hi. I'm Chrissy. I'm playing Ulta, our kobold, Swarmkeeper Ranger. Forgot what she was for a second. No big deal, no big deal.
Also, you're like an angel now.
Something like that.
I thought she was more of a dragon.
You're an angel dragon now.
Mm-hmm. Something.
Angel baby.
That's it.
You have a thing that lets you transform into a thing that is vaguely described by what they're saying, right? Something like that.
She's
Power
our
Ranger.
superhero.
Power Ranger. We're going
Yeah.
with Power Ranger. That's it.
Woot.
Okay.
Also, shout out to that thing on Magic's head.
I'm wearing a dragon head hat. It's got really long horns. Check it out. I don't do cosplay very well, so I rely on hats and t-shirts. So this is the peak of my game. And that's about where we're going to be at with it. Because I'm the DM, and that's the end of that. So, last time on Queen's Gambit, we had a little incident with our plant friend Seymour running off on his own into the Mirror of Dead Men as we were spying on the small hut that we know that the dragon cult's caravans have been splitting up into small groups and unloading at. And following Seymour into this, I'll just call it an anomaly in the forest, we know at least Aster hears a voice calling out to help me. Help me remember, guys, was that only Aster or was that everybody?
I think that was just Aster.
Okay. So we follow Seymour to this spot and are essentially called into this anomaly into the forest, and it closes behind us. We make our way through a series of catacombs, completely encased in branches, roots, various appendages of trees and plants and discover several blights across the landscape that when Seymour directly interacts with, he turns into a monstrous version of himself and essentially attacks us. And through some quick thinking by Eliseo at first and then the rest of the group overall, we realize that the essence of these blights is corrupting Seymour, and through several essentially steps of ridding him of that, he is also able to help us finish cleansing those blights themselves. And the accompanying creatures and monsters from those interactions give us a little bit of action along the way until we reach the scene in front of us right now. And before I get to that enter scene, is there anything I'm missing or that you guys want to clarify, reiterate, or that I might have left out?
Seymour is currently in my hood, riding piggyback, just so that we know where he is safely at all times.
This is true.
I currently look very badass and intimidating to these dragons. That's what's
I am a
canon.
dire wolf.
Arr.
adding to the
so
list of
excited
things,
for
right? All right. So we get to this point where essentially you have entered through a humongous trunk of a tree into a large chamber, and in front of you is this lake, or a small lake of this fluorescent green, sort of fluctuating between green and blue, purple every once in a while liquid. It doesn't look too much of a far cry different from the acid pool that you had seen at the very beginning of this forest dungeon. And you had heard in your heads these echoing voices coming from the outskirts of this area, saying, in effect, dinner time. One voice saying, I have not been sated in some time, and another saying, it's time for some food. So, we are going to start tonight by rolling initiative.
I'm too cute. No.
And now, because I understand that some of you may have ideas of non-combative things to try to do, just as a reminder for anybody who might not know, non-combat things are absolutely possible in initiative. It's just going to be a kind of judgment call on what constitutes actions, bonus actions, that sort of thing, just to keep cycling through everybody as we go.
By some of you have non-combat things, do you mean Hyacinth wants to seduce the dragon and that's it?
If that is a real thing that we actually want to do, then yes.
That is a simplification. Not necessarily seduce, but like talk before I die.
All you have been saying in chat for the past 2 weeks is, what if I seduce the dragon?
It's a meme.
Can confirm, am in chat. Also, everyone, I would just like to remind you that I'm the cleric. I'm not supposed to go first in initiative. If you could please figure it out.
Eliseo figured it out. There we
Eliseo,
go.
thank you.
Yeah.
20!
I rolled real people to die, and they
That's
rolled
my
me a three.
spouse.
That isn't that anymore.
I do not have an Icarus or an Ulta yet.
9.
9
Six
with...
for Ulta. It's some bullshit, and I'm not rolling in roll 20 anymore for this. It's too serious. This
Oh
is
boy.
garbage trash.
Okay, that's what's gonna happen there.
Always roll your in-person click-clacks.
Hey.
Okay.
So far.
So, Eliseo, we have a very purpley dragon coming out at you guys over here. I would like to show the images one more time because these are pretty cool.
They're real good.
But as I'm doing that, what would you like to do?
First of all, given my background, what would I know about dragons like being from this plane of existence or not?
Let's have you roll a history check on that.
Is that going to count as my action?
We can make this a retroactive thing because you have a history with the cult of dragons.
You bet
So this will
I have
be
a
before your
history.
turn happens.
Okay, that is a 15.
Okay. You do know that dragons in most forms that you would know of are indeed from this plane of existence, although their lineages and histories do span into other planes. With a
Right.
15, you would be confident that these two look like those that would be from the material plane, save for the fact that when you take a good look at them at first, you could swear that their images sort of fluctuate.
Okay.
Have you ever seen like a you like cross your eyes the right way, you see like three of the same thing?
Ooh,
It's kind of like
yeah.
that.
So, like, would that be the magical equivalent of, like, blur or mirror image spells? Like, is it like that type of there's multiple copies? Or is it just a different visual effect?
For that, we would need to use an action for an actual check.
No.
Your character would know that those are possibilities, but if you want details, then yes, we'd have to use an action to make a check.
No, I'm good. I will run a second. Let me count.
And chat, I'm really sorry. I know the image on the screen is pretty much as close as it's going to get,
I think.
but it's very zoomed out. So,
Yes, that's good. I am now in range.
okay.
I'm gonna quick yell to the group. Do you want the purple or the black?
I want purple.
I'm banishing the black. Roll a save for me, please.
Okay, and what save is that?
I'm checking.
Banishment's
Charisma saving throw, please.
Okay. $22.
Can I use my reaction on my turn?
You can use your reaction on your turn.
Chronal
What is it
shift,
for?
re-roll it.
Okay.
I can force the creature to re-roll because I am a time wizard. I want him to fail. Please.
19.
Bummer. Still passes. My DC is 17.
Oh. Yep, 19.
Ah. Oh well.
Chronal shift is a reaction. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
it is. Time wizard reaction. Yep.
It's a time wizard.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Then what do I have for bonus action? I don't have anything. Okay. I'm gonna stand here at the edge of the weird sludge stuff. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna back up from the weird sludge stuff just a little. I don't want to be right on the shoreline there. And then I'll be good.
Okay. That brings us to this Dargon right here, who is going to run up to about here, kind of like a running start, and rear its head straight up in the air, go up onto its hind legs, and jump. And as you see it push off of the ground, you'll feel this pulse wave across the ground as it propels itself into the air. Its wings are outstretched, and you'll notice that it doesn't even flap, but it catches into the air and is now flying, and hurls its head downward at you guys. And I will need all of you to make a strength saving throw.
Oof.
No.
Dirty 20.
Very scared to roll this.
6.
I had to do maths on my fingers, but
Natural 20.
26 total. Oh, corn dog.
Nice.
Sorry. I got really excited and just like
Hold
had
on, looking
to.
at physical
As you
stats
should.
for
As you
the
should.
die roll,
Killed
'cause
it.
it's different.
Please don't hurt us. Thank you.
I'm no
Okay.
longer rolling low clickbacks. They have cursed me.
Sounds like a you
Great,
problem.
10. Never mind.
Okay, and just to let chat know that we are handling the chat cleric things that have happened to this point. Magic has a disadvantage. Magic has a -2. Magic has a +2. And we have 1 permanent item and 2 curses to handle. Is that everything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Currently.
So, what were... I see a 10, I see a 22... Six. There are 2 more.
Ulta was a 24 total.
24 total, and then Juno, Aster, Ulta, Icarus, Elseo?
Aster was a 10.
Got a 22.
Eliseo, what was yours?
Unnatural 20.
Okay. So everybody who was below a 17 is going to take 36 magical force damage. And your speed is 0 until the start of this dragon's next turn. As this pulse of energy shoots downward through your bodies, and you feel like you weigh 5 times more than you do. You're stuck. Everybody who's saved is going to take 18 force damage. You are not stuck.
I saw Heck rolling 91 and got terrified.
I'm still a wolf, baby. Wolf with 1 HP, but I made it.
Some folks should have temporary hit points left currently from the last time.
Yep, they're gone.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. G'day.
Okay, then the other dragon from your southeast is going to head out this way, running through the neon fluctuating color small lake in front of you. And as it goes, will let out a massive roar. It'll take a leap, land on this spot, and then start to fly in the air. But that is the end of its movement because of rules. And one of those oh so familiar black spots will form in the ground in front of you.
Yucky. I grab Seymour. Like, no.
At this site, you can see Seymour is like trying to lurch forward and go to that
Don't.
spot. So, Juno, what would you like to do?
I am going to 4th level Moonbeam. Hold please. The Black Dragon. Please and thank you. How do I play this game? Hold please. Moonbeam. Gotta cast it.
These are awkward. Okay, as the curses resolve here, we've got Aster. You must close every door that you walk through, even if there are people behind you,
Oh,
for the rest of this session. And Icarus, your left and right hands, we'll just say hands, switch sides until the curse is lifted. Or
that
the end
could
of this
be
session.
really
That's
bad.
gonna make being a bard
Can
real
I
hard.
spellcast or attack?
Man, somatic components are gonna be rough.
Uh-huh. That's gonna make things interesting. Okay, so Moonbeam is a which dragon was that aimed at?
The black dragon, please.
Okay, and that is a con save, yes.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna
I
use
rolled
my
average.
advantage on this one. I will use +2 and -2 on future rolls. That is a 19 to save.
That saves, but it still takes 10 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And if it's a shape changer, it makes it with disadvantage. So if this dragon changes shapes, it's technically disadvantage. I should have mentioned that. I don't know if it's of that level yet. But I know some of these bitches are up to some weird shit.
Out of game, yes, you do know that. That does not apply. Okay, so what was the, I'm sorry, what was the damage? 20?
20
So halved.
total, 10 halved.
Okay.
I rolled
Noted.
Average.
Anything else for you?
Yes, I am going to bonus action spiritual weapon. Oh, wait,
that
no,
would
that's
be
a
2 leveled
concentration.
spells.
Just kidding. I lied. Ignore that. I am going to bonus action. Bonus actions. I am bonus action. How well lit is this chamber that we're in presently?
Everything is dimly lit except somebody's holding a torch. I forget who.
Fuck yeah! All right, I am going to step of the night.
That was
And
Icarus.
I am going to fly up into the sky and just, come on, you son of a bitch, at the black one that's flying.
Okay.
But in a Juno way, not in a corn dog way. So instead, it's just going to be piercing dead eyes staring at this black one, feeling like
You spoke
an
it with your
inverse
eyes?
of Storm from
Ooh.
X-Men. I'm just going to stare it down. Be
Okay,
like, I'm
so-
coming for you.
So, spoiler alert, this combat is including aerial combat. So, a couple things to note. We will have to keep track of / be honest about how high in the air we are.
I'm 30 feet up.
Okay. But because I use the simple distance measuring rules, I know this is not what people normally like, but we're keeping it simple because it's already complex enough. Diagonal, 1 square is 5 feet. That is whether we are 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional.
Screw you, Pythagoras.
Yeah. Pythagorean theorem out the window. We're not doing that.
Yeet.
So you're 30 feet in the air. Right now, the black dragon is only 10.
Yes, I'm staring it down, trying to look menacing as fuck.
Excellent. Anything else for your turn?
Nope.
All right, Aster, what's happening? You're a direwolf, right?
Yep, I'm a direwolf and I can't move anywhere. So so what I'm gonna do is my bonus action. I am going to use my shifter feature and shift. So the already bristling fur of this direwolf is just going to develop all of these pin feathers along the ridge of the back, and the claws are going to curve out more into like more of a talon-like appearance. So gotta get those sweet temporary hit points, and if I'm not incapacitated, nothing can surprise me.
Okay.
And then as my action, I'm just gonna hold my action, just like growl at things until they come into melee with me, and I'll just snap at them.
Okay, and do you have a reach in this form, or is it just directly
Nope.
next to you?
It's
Okay.
just a 5 feet.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes creatures larger than medium have just a reach by default, so I wanted to make sure. Okay, so you're holding that. Jamna. I don't have Jamna's token. Of course.
Woo, she's here.
I'm so glad
Oh no!
she's here.
No, she's not
Oh,
here.
no, she's not.
She's
She's
not.
watching.
You had her on watch. Oh, not part of initiative. Bummer.
But also good for all of us because it can be very trying at times to remember her.
It's true. All right.
Have we gotten any word from her? Because she was supposed to let me know. Or let Puff know to let LSA know.
Remind me exactly what was
disaster.
supposed to happen in that department.
If Jamna, I can't remember what we were saying, if she caught wind of any bad stuff happening, or if it looked like people were leaving the house, just to kind of like watch them for a little bit, but to just keep an eye out if anyone else was coming,
Right.
I believe. And then to let Puff know, so Puff can let LSAO know what the fuck is going on. Because they speak telepathically to one another, whereas we do not with Jamna. Though Jamna is hella fast.
Yes.
Hella
Okay, so
fast.
no, there has been no word yet from Puff, aka from Jamna. In that case, since Jamna is not here to join the fray, Seymour is going to make an aggressive struggle toward the blight in the ground. So, LSAO, please make a strength saving throw.
Natural 20. You stay here, son.
Okay, he stays there. Aster, you have the amazing passive perception, right?
Yes, I see
Of
all.
what's the number?
Let me look back at it.
Is it over 20?
24.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say, isn't it over 20?
Is anybody else
Yeah.
over 20? This is the DC right now. Nope. Okay.
I'm at 19.
Okay. So
Close, but still so far.
everybody except Aster, please take your headphones off until I give you a thumbs up. Hey, Aster.
Hey,
How's it going?
it could be better, but we're here. We're out here.
All right. I'm looking down and out of the camera because I don't want people to read my lips. And if you guys turn on the sound while you're watching the stream, shame on you cheaters. I don't think anybody's going to do that. But you notice at the moment that Seymour is trying to lurch out of LSAO's grasp that the large glowing shrubbery very far to your east and a little bit north. It's kind of a dent in the walling. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
The glow dims a little and the shrubbery shrinks. Okay. Icarus, it's your turn.
Did Icarus put headphones back on yet, though?
Icarus.
That's the real question.
I like that his face was dissolved for us.
I looked and didn't see the thumbs up. Well, my cat put her face in front of the camera, so it blurred me out.
No worries. It is your turn.
All right,
Here.
so I'm going to do smart things. 1, 2, 3.
I've been forgetting to do this. Icarus, it's your turn. Ulta, you are the next one on deck.
And I'm going to direction myself at the purple dragon, and I'm going to pluck a single bowstring so that you hear like just a single chord resonate. And I'm going to cast the cantrip message.
Okay.
The bardic
Here's-
cantrip?
Oh!
Here
The bardic
is
cantrip message.
here is how I'm going to handle your hands switching places. You're a rather gifted bard. And by way of that, as well as being a warlock and other magical means, you are talented, gifted, and practiced in the ways of magic. However, anything that requires a somatic component of spellcasting is going to require a dexterity check for you. Anything lower than a 3 will expend the spell slot and you will fail at casting the spell.
Okay. Okay. Message. I feel like it can't go poorly, right? So these dice are cursed, and I'm never touching them again.
Go back to Roll20. I don't know what you're doing.
Technically,
Stop
I rolled a
touching.
natural 1, but I have a +4, so I can't
Okay.
roll lower than 3.
So I guess we're going to have to role play how awkward it looks that your hands have switched places as you cast spells, because I'm not going to change the DC.
Make it
I
weird.
mean, any spell that seemed difficult, I wasn't gonna do. But then I was like, message has got to be easy, and then I looked and it was somatic, so I didn't. It was harder than I thought, because the other spell I was looking at was much harder and was not somatic.
Okay.
So, does that use my action? Yeah,
Does what require casting message?
because I'm assuming a natural 1 is a fail, even if I have a +3.
No, that rule only applies to attack rolls, so you're still good.
Oh, cool. And I'm going to be like, wait, before me and my friends have to cause you or your friend any irreparable damage, let us talk through this. Maybe we can be more beneficial than just a snack to you. Maybe we can figure out a deal, or we can bring you more information or treasure or whatever you wish. Even more meals. And by the way, you are the most beautiful dragon I've ever seen.
Oh God, here we go.
The crystal glint you got.
Okay, so you used your action to cast message. So your intent was to do this silently, right?
Yes, I didn't care if my party heard. I did not want the other dragon to hear, so that was my intent, to be silent.
And that was toward the purple one.
Purple one.
Okay, I need to look at your character sheet for a quick second because we can't use one mechanic since you used your action, but we can use another, and that needs to be behind the screen. Is there anything else you want to do as like a bonus action or anything else while I'm looking this up?
Let me double check. I had something I wanted to do, but I'm not sure if it is a bonus action. Yeah, so I think I'm only going to... I don't want to do anything obviously aggressive. So I was thinking about it. I will instead bardically inspire my in-law. And I will be like, I'm doing my best, but this is a weird idea, so you have some normal ones. And that will be your inspiration for me.
Thank you much.
Okay, Icarus, you will get a response almost immediately. Little mouse playing with magic. You have nothing to offer me but sustenance.
Oh, she just called me a snack. And I guess I'll die.
In manner of speaking, yes.
Oh, God.
Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's all I can do.
Okay, Ulta, you're up.
All right. Okay. Alta is going to scratch her head as I am doing, out of concern. Look at the entire group and go look down at where the stone would be and go, well, buddy, you better do something worth it. And utilize her golden dragon soulstone.
Nice.
So there's a whole bunch of stuff that does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go through all of it, but you know it as much as I do.
For the audience, Ulta transforms into, like, flames erupt around her, and she dons this golden armor and helmet, and all of her weapons get these extensions of gold and shimmer and everything. And including wings.
And that is my action, right? That is
Yes.
considered an action, is the
Mhm.
transformation. So, Icarus, did you announce that you were attempting, or are you mentally sending that as a message?
I mentally did it. Like, you could probably see me cast a spell, but also it did nothing. And I said, well, guess they don't want to talk. So I can say that as a free action and you'll be like,
Okay. So, since I kind of know what he was attempting, and I don't necessarily know if it was fully successful or not because I don't quite know what was happening. I will go ahead and I will just Hunter's Mark. I will bonus action Hunter's Mark this guy over here. This one.
Okay.
That's Amethyst, right?
That is the amethyst.
Okay. I'll just Hunter's Mark that guy. And that'll be it until next round. And I will wait and see if something comes from Icarus's spell that I don't quite know.
Okay. Chrissy, in case I didn't write this out correctly enough, the whole one turn thing is going to be at the end of your next turn for the end of your transformation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's so... Oh, I'll text it.
Okay. Okay. Just so we can keep that moving. That sounds good. So that will bring us to Eliseo with Juno as the next player to go, but there's going to be more stuff in between.
Ooh, dragons.
Ooh, hooray. All right, well, in the immortal words of Griffin McElroy, one dragon's really cool. You know what's even cooler? 50 dragons. I am going to use my 5th level spell to summon my own dragon.
Oh.
Yes, it's a 5th level spell called Summon Draconic Spirit. So, kind of
Nice.
as Seymour is trying to like run off of my shoulder, I just kind of catch him and almost bend down to like football hold him. But as I bend down, almost like from my own body just peels off this ghostly spectral, let's say metallic, because I get to choose what type of dragon.
Okay.
So yeah, this maybe platinum looking dragon even flies off from my back, becomes a large dragon flying, we'll say like 30 feet above me, and gets to take a turn. So, the dragon is going to target yes, I have a dragon. Gonna target the black dragon right in front of us.
Okay.
With a multi-attack and then a breath weapon. He gets to make 2 rends. And then, yeah. So, how does he attack? With my attack modifier. Cool. So that's a 19 to hit on his first one.
That hits.
Cool.
This is like you said a claw or a bite?
It's a claw attack, yes.
Okay.
He does 6 plus 9, 15 points of piercing damage on his first attack.
Okay.
What's 13 plus 9? 13 plus 9 is 22 to hit for the second attack.
That does also hit.
Sweet. That is 14 points of piercing damage. And then he gets to use his breath weapon. So he's gonna angle it in a way that doesn't hit any friends of ours. So the black dragon has to make a dexterity saving throw against my spell save DC, which is 17.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay. He's gonna take half of 10, so 5 points. Sorry. Let's say fire damage.
Okay, and once you pick it, it sticks to that, right? It's not you choose every time, or do you choose every time?
It says a creature takes 2d6 damage of a type this dragon has resistance to. My choice. on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay, so you would have to choose a type of dragon.
Acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison are the options for the metallic dragon.
Okay,
That I
so
have conjured.
you've chosen that this is a fire dragon spirit.
Sure.
Okay, so it follows the fire dragon spirit stat block, save for the things that follow your stats.
Well, so there's a specific stat block in the spell Summon Draconic Spirit.
Okay, so you're following that.
I am.
Okay,
I got you.
got it.
Right
Okay.
now I'm just saying, hey, we'll use fire, because why not? It looks cool.
Okay. My point is, the thing I want to clarify is because you've chosen
Yes.
fire, you have to stick to fire, right?
I mean, it just says creature takes 2d6 of a type this dragon has resistance to, your choice. So I imagine, I'm fine keeping it to fire. It
Okay.
doesn't matter to me.
Let me look at some more. I thought I was well versed in everybody's things before coming into this, but that's a detail I'm not recalling.
Sorry.
So that's all right. I'll look it up in between
the very
turns.
last thing of the stat block. So
Yeah, just in the interest of keeping things moving, I'll look that up in between
Right.
turns to make sure. And so you
deal.
said it was 10 after the save, fire
No,
damage?
it was 10 before the save, so half that, so 5 fire.
Okay. Okay, what else?
Am I in range? Like, if I left, would I get an opportunity attack from the black dragon?
The black dragon is 10 feet off of the ground.
Sweet! That didn't answer my question. Does it have range? I'm gonna back away slowly.
Oh, would it take an opportunity attack against you?
Yes.
You do not know.
Correct. Cool. I'm gonna stay here and hope that the big dragon is distracting it enough.
Okay. Nothing happens.
I'm gonna hope. I'm gonna hope.
By the way, I did burn my +2 for that dexterity save. So I have a -2 left. And I believe that's the last of the things for me.
Okay.
Unless you guys see otherwise. That brings us to...
And I hold on to Seymour with my bonus action.
Mhm.
That's all.
All of you will see a single large pulse from the large bushel shrubbery area that's glowing green over here on the far east side of the pond. You can
Yikes.
you can literally feel a pulse of energy as if it was like a shockwave running through the air, and the green brightens for a brief moment as if it was a heartbeat, a single
Another
heartbeat,
Dragon.
and it comes down to nothing. Then we get to this guy who's going to fly over this way just a bit. And Icarus, I'm going to need you to make a... Whoops. Looking at the wrong thing. 1 second.
Make a con save against being charmed or whatever.
It charms me instead of me charming it.
You really?
Dexterity save.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I really wanted to do that.
Okay.
Wow, with a +8, I still get 11. I cannot roll shit today. I rolled 1, 6, 3.
You'll see as it sort of like almost chitters at you, kind of like a cat, but not quite a roar. A flash will emanate from its eyes, and you'll feel this magical energy reach a point right in front of you as if an explosion is happening. And you'll feel this pulse of energy hit you with such force that you take 9 magical damage, and you are knocked prone.
They just really don't want me to move.
At this point, at the end of its turn, you are able to move again, and everybody that failed the strength save at the beginning, you are able to move. And then we move on to the other dragon, who is going to it sees a rival, and rival is dangerous.
Draw that
so,
aggro. Draw that aggro.
Yep, it's going to take a couple of swipes at it. 19 and a 16 to hit your dragon spirit, Eliseo. Oh, this is more than I thought it was. Hello.
AC is 19.
Okay, so the first one hits for 7 slashing damage,
Cool.
and then it's going to spew
Gross.
this green acid breath at it. It needs to make a dexterity save.
Excellent. Seven.
Okay, fail.
I figured.
Mr. Rogers causing chaos. Okay, I have another +2.
Thanks.
7.
Better use your -2 with me.
It is going to take 49 acid damage for taking
Woof.
the full force of this poisonous breath attack.
Cool.
I'm sorry. How much?
49.
Because it is a metallic, it is resistant to that. So 24. 25.
24.
24.
We always rule, I always round in the player's favor. And this
Okay.
counts as a player because it's you.
Cool. Aw, thanks. Great. I, yikes. I'm terrified. But that's good to know. Help.
Okay, so that was it?
Yes?
Okay. Juno, you are up with Aster on deck. Oh, sorry. Before I do that, you will all see some black and purple flaming tendrils coming out of the blight. Right down here.
Yeah, I'm moving next time.
Seymour's freaking out. Juno, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna continue moonbeaming this son of a bitch because he didn't move. Dun, 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 dun. Let me just roll real quick. So I need a con save with a -2. That would be great. Oh god, where did I put my spells? Here they are. So 19 damage is what I've got this time.
That stayed on the black dragon?
Yep. It
Okay.
did not move.
Oh, it did not move. Does it have to make a save again or no?
Yeah, let's make another con save.
Okay.
As it continues to be pummeled by the light of the moon.
Let's use my -2 for this.
Yes, thank you.
Ooh, this bad. 14.
Excellent, you fail. 19 points of damage.
And
Do
that is of
you-
what variety?
Radiant, please.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna scoodly doodly doo over into this tree over here. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Okay.
Trying to get a little bit out of sight for this dragon and also get the fuck away from whatever that nonsense is happening on the ground. And as I fly over, I'm gonna be like, should we just go? Should we go? All right. And then I'm just gonna go into the tree.
Okay. Aster with Icarus on deck.
That's so good. So hear me out. I'm this big dire wolf, right? And this dragon is 10 feet in the air, right?
Yep.
If I get a running start, could I theoretically jump up and bite this thing?
Yes. There are rules for high jumping and long jumping. You can easily make in that form a 10-foot jump.
Okay.
The question would end up being, do you intend to hang on to it or just snap and fall back to the ground?
If I see, that's the problem, because like the thing with wolves, technically, if I do hit, the target has to make a strength save, and if they fail that save, they're knocked prone. So I'm not really sure how that would work.
That would be a matter of, okay, so that whole mechanic is predicated on you are standing your own ground in the process of biting. So it would again come down to, do you want to sacrifice the prone thing and let go but still do the damage, or do you want to try to hang on and therefore it has to make the strength save and then it falls downward with you hanging onto it?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna run on up there and take a bounding leap, and since there are enemies within 5 feet of, or there are allies within 5 feet of this, I get advantage because of pack tactics. So I'll just see what happens. Let's do first roll. 15 probably isn't gonna hit.
Correct. That does not hit.
How about, well, that would be a 19 because of Ty. So thanks, Ty.
19 does hit.
All right, well, there you go. So I would need a strength save from you then.
Okay. 14.
Oh my god, I think that just makes it. It does. It does make it. Oh, that's so
saves?
sad.
Okay.
Yeah, it does save. So I don't roll my damage, right?
You roll the damage, it's just not
okay.
prone.
Okay, that's
but
fine.
there is kind of an in-between here that I kind of want to talk through because it is important enough. The strength save is for specifically if you knock it prone, right?
Well, it's to knock it prone, not if. Like, if it fails to save,
It's not
prone.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether it makes that save or not, it takes the damage, but...
Right. So the attack roll is to see if the bite succeeds.
Yes.
The strength save is to see if it gets knocked prone. And I mean, if we're really thinking it out, it doesn't just go prone from a strength save. That is the wolf knocking it prone with the bite.
Yeah.
So the question ends up being, because I think I have to rule this, because you hit and went for the attempt to knock it prone, quote unquote, I have to translate that to you are hanging on.
Yeah.
The wolf is hanging on.
Yeah.
So it is not knocked prone. It's still flying. It's still 10 feet in the air, but you are now gripping onto it with your bite, suspended midair.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Okay. With that in mind, anything else for your turn?
I think that's all I can do. So,
Was
9
that a
damage.
damage roll? Okay.
Yes. All right, that's it.
Awesome. Okay. I believe I have burned through all of the things. Nope, I have another +2. Neato burrito. LSAO, I need another strength save from you, please.
Can this stick just do what he's told, please?
The stick knows it has a job to do and is hell-bent on doing it.
It's a 10.
Okay. You barely managed to hang on to him as all
boy.
4 of its limbs are now just like kicking and scraping and hitting your fingers and wrists.
Stop it.
As the blight essentially grows and morphs in front of you, Seymour is freaking out trying to get to it. Icarus, you are up with Ulta on deck.
Very frustrated from being, you know, beaten to shit, knocked, unmoving, and then prone. So what I tried reasoning with, I'm going to like sit up as I'm on the ground, and I am going to again just peacefully talk to it, like holding back my frustration. I'm going to go, why don't you assist us, and cast suggestion. And the suggestion is to assist us. So that will be a wisdom saving throw from the purple dragon.
That is a 17.
It matches.
Meets it, beats it.
Fudge! Oh, that was so close. All right. Okay, everything's fine. That totally wasn't my best and last idea. All right, let me. And very frustrated, I am just going to activate my Hexblade's Curse on this purple dragon, just pulling down a halo of light to just like surround like right over its head, and like it's just like almost like a crown of thorns. It looks like a halo, and then every now and then just jabs into it. So it's like a golden crown of thorns, and I have given up trying to reason and talk to it, and I will then. I'm giving up, and then I'm gonna get up so I'm not prone. I don't want it to have advantage.
Okay.
And I will move just a little bit. I'll move right there.
Okay.
All right.
Ulta, before your turn, I'm seeing a couple questions in chat, so it would probably behoove us to clarify. For new viewers who are watching this live, of course, this does not apply to YouTube, but if you're watching us live, there are ways that you can influence the game as it happens. So if you just scroll down a little bit below our broadcast screen, you can see between using channel points and bits and donations and that sort of deal. You can give advantages, disadvantages of various kinds to any player at the table, including the DM. You can call out an individual monster. This is for me at least. You can call out an individual monster on the table, or you can just say the DM. Or you can just say any of the players, and they can use it as they choose. Ulta, it is your turn, and then on deck is going to be Eliseo.
Okay. So Ulta, now in her golden dragon form, is going to. She has this flying speed, but her flying speed is 1.5 times my normal speed, so 1.5 more. So she's going to fly up and 5, 10, 20, and just get okay, she's gonna regret this later, but she's gonna go ahead and get in its face.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's going to cast her golden fireball. Which operates the same as a level 3 fireball spell. So she's going to do that. I don't have that spell pulled up, so hang on.
That is going to be a 15 as a dexterity saving throw against your spell casting DC.
Fuck it up.
I fucking hate that. My spell save DC is a 14, you son of a
Minus
dragon.
2.
Minus
Minus
2.
2 is for you.
For me?
I don't know.
I
I'm just
don't know.
calling
There's
it. It
just a
wasn't
minus
specified.
2
so
in
I'll
the
take
chat.
it.
Pretty sure it was for you because it was meant to help me, and then it was too late. So, because that's
Minus
my.
2. Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
that for the GM.
Okay, I see.
Minus 2 to the GM, yeah.
Okay, because it's Tribble's
Thank
first
you,
time.
Icarus's friend.
Because
Watch
it's
as we
Tribble's first
bully
time,
chat
I
into
will allow
applying
that. But yes, as a clarification for the chat cleric things, it is intended that you call out who you are giving the thing to when you make it happen. That is okay. We're gonna use it. We're gonna use it in good faith to the chat cleric Tribble. So that is a 13. It fails the save, so you need to roll. I believe it's 6d8 as a level 3 spell. fire damage.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him up.
68. 5. Oh wait. Is it exclamation point?
I had it backwards.
Roll.
It's /roll space, and it's not 68. It's 8d6. I had it backwards.
/roll.
Even more opportunities for success.
8d6.
Yes. And it's literally the
sorry.
number 8, the letter D, the number 6. Yeah, there you go.
Jesus,
Oh,
Christy,
there's
that's
so
so
many-
many ones.
There's so many ones. It's trash garbage.
Hot garbage.
Trash garbage. I also
Yeah.
have to roll another d6 because he's technically hunter's marked.
Yes.
Yeah.
I chronal shift that
Motherfucker.
damage.
2 more. And then you also get another d6 because I'm in melee and they have my swarm around me.
Can you chronal shift damage? Is
Let's
that a
find
thing?
out.
I don't think I can.
And 2 more. Mother, I fucking hate roll 20. Okay,
No,
18,
that is
19,
specific
20,
to an
22.
attack roll, ability
Yeah.
check, or saving throw.
Sorry.
This is a
I would
damage
make
roll.
you re-roll that if I could.
Yeah. But
That's
perhaps
gonna be the next spell that I make.
We're
is
on the same
making
page.
People
That is-
re-roll damage.
that's just what I was about to get at.
If I don't like my spells, I will just make new ones.
Okay, so that's a total. Is that a total of 22, Chrissy? Do I have that right?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So your fireball will go off, and your swarm is going to essentially aid it and swarm around this dragon in front of you. The fire dissipates, and it's still hovering in the air, barely flapping its wings, and gives you a smirk.
Okay, can I also bonus action wing slash?
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, there's no save for this, and it hits automatic. Are you sure?
I'm not. Let me look
Okay,
up.
I don't want to do it without because it just says
I thought it was an attack roll. Is it
as
not
a
an
bonus
attack roll?
action. It doesn't say that. As a bonus action, either immediately before or after moving, you twirl your metallic wings and slash all creatures within a 5-foot radius for 1d10 strength slashing damage.
Okay, nope, it is not an attack roll. You just automatically get that damage. Yep.
Okay.
Just picturing this like a hair flip, except you're doing massive damage.
So that's 4 plus strength.
Yep. Your strength
5
modifier.
more. Yeah, 5 damage. 5
Okay.
more damage.
Awesome. So what this looks like, guys, is essentially in her dragon form, her dragon knight form, she like outstretches her wings and maybe the weapon she has as well, and just twirls. And this whirlwind of blades from the tips of her wings and her weapons makes this effect happen. So there's a total of 5. Anything else?
I think I'm done now.
Okay, that brings us back to the top of the order at Eliseo. This is a great opportunity for us to take a quick breather. We'll be right back.
Woo! This dragon's
Please.
left foot.
Yeah, please leave Seymour alone from the blight.
Well, I can only promise to do what Seymour's rules say he should do. So, hey, we're back.
I just
We're on the internet.
Back on the internet. Live. Are there more questions? Because I can absolutely answer more questions before we get right back into it.
I'm
No,
a
I'm ready to
moonbeam
die.
son of a bitch.
yeah.
Okay.
You're not going to die, Icarus. You are my twin.
What's everybody's hit point situation looking like?
Pretty good. I'm still in
Yeah.
wild shape. I
Why
thought
you
I was
worried
gonna
about it,
die
GM?
for the fucking
Why you
first
worried about
hit.
I
it?
don't know the status quo.
I'm at 38
Yeah,
out
my
of
dude.
51.
Should have thought of that when you brought up 2 dragons.
It's okay. We have 2 dragons.
We have 3
Ish.
technically.
Ish.
We've got golden
Oh,
dragon
yeah, we
form,
have
the
Sunny,
golden
too.
Dragon and the silver dragon.
All right. So we're fighting a couple of dragons that want to eat us. The red dragon token on the board is actually Eliseo. And Eliseo,
dragon.
that's concentration, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I haven't taken damage.
You have not. I'm just making sure. And then
Yeah.
the other question I have is for Ulta. This hunter's mark, is that indefinite or is that something you're concentrating on?
I don't think hunters mark as concentration.
I don't know offhand.
I don't think so.
Yes,
I think
it
that's
is.
one of the. Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, beans.
Concentration up to 1 hour.
Okay.
1 hour.
What would you like from me, sir?
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
No.
Because at the end of your turn, you were 30 feet in the air.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Maths.
19?
Yeah, total.
Okay. So at the end of your turn, so you flew up into the air, shot a fireball at this, it was a magical golden fireball, at
This is
this
true.
amethyst dragon point blank, and then did your twirly slash, I forget the name of it already,
Yes.
to like really get up in its grill, but then the effect of your dragon soul stone ends at the end of that turn. So you fall to the ground from 30 feet. I do this with dexterity saving throws to see how much effect happens. And the total of that was, again...
You're asking me how much
Kristen
for
got
the dex.
19.
Yeah, what
12,
was your dex
13,
save?
14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
19.
19, 19. I had to count it again.
Sorry.
No.
19.
Okay. So you save from the maximum effect that will happen. You will take 6 bludgeoning damage from hitting the ground really hard from 30 feet in the air. You are not knocked prone.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, it was a superhero pose.
landing.
Superhero landing. There you go. And that's going to bring us to Eliseo's turn with Juno as the next player to go.
Oh, baby.
I'm gonna whip it. I'm gonna mind whip it.
Okay.
He needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
And a shape.
Yeah. Whip it good. Ooh, that was whip it
Listen,
good.
I love Devo, so don't get me started.
Hell yeah. What
Intelligence
save was
save.
that? Intelligence save.
Intelligence.
From
Be a dummy.
from the black one or the
The
amethyst one?
black one.
Okay.
Be a dummy. Fail the save.
15.
You're a dummy. Sorry. That is 12 points of psychic damage. It cannot take a reaction until the end of its next turn. And on its next turn, it chooses whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. It gets one of the 3.
Okay. I will rely on you to help remember
God.
that.
Yes.
I will.
How much damage?
Yes. 12 psychic.
Nice.
Then I am going to back away this direction towards my beautiful, kind, patient, helpful wife. Then my dragon is going to move over to this direction in an attempt to bait the black dragon to move just like 10 feet closer to the other dragon, please, so that I can target both of them with a single spell. That'd be great. And do the whole round of attacks again. So here we go.
You
my
get the
dragon
whole
friend.
thing again?
Yeah. The dragon gets to take his turn after my turn,
Uh-huh.
and every time he makes a number of rend attacks equal to half the spell's level, and it uses its breath weapon.
Oh, nice. Okay, yep.
Every
yep.
time.
Yep.
That is a natural 20
Okay.
for the first attack, and that's 12 points of piercing damage. For the second rend,
Hmm.
that is 12 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, and then dexterity save, please.
Oh, 4.
Sweet. 8 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Good dragon.
And
yeah, he's-
where exactly did it move to? Oh, ping that one more time.
Yeah.
Is it there?
over on this side of it in an attempt to be like, yeah, come over this way because I want them to be within 30 feet of each other so I can cast a spell on them both.
Okay, you don't want to tell me that.
Okay. Well, the dragons don't know that.
The dragons don't know that. This is true.
The dragons
we have to
only
leave
know...
our meta knowledge out of this, so do you.
Yeah.
This is
The
true.
dragons only know that there is a shinier, prettier dragon in between them now. So, I'm gonna move under the tree a little bit closer to my wife. Actually, hi,
All
love
right.
you.
Anything else for you?
No.
Okay.
Hold on to Seymour again. Maybe give him a little talk. Like, no, that's bad for you. Don't go in there.
Okay.
If it's the start of your turn now, please remember that you are moonbeamed. And I will
The amethyst
continue to
dragon
moonbeam.
does go before the black dragon, but yes, that will
Excellent.
apply next. What is everyone's passive
Insight?
wisdom?
Damn.
Anything could pass it.
Oh no.
16
perception.
Volta.
16?
14.
Perception?
Yes.
Oh, 15.
Passive perception is 19.
I have an 11.
Okay.
Book smart. Anyway,
Listen.
if we're talking perception, it's 24.
Okay, Aster, the same thing that you were told before happens again. And it feels bad.
Everything feels bad right now.
Okay.
If someone could give me a +2 in chat, I could know what this is too, and that would be great. Please and thank you.
Okay, so
Is
the
that how that works?
I don't know.
We can
if
make it
Noir
happen
can
that way.
fight the chat, I can beg the chat.
Yeah,
like
come on.
I'm needy. Help me. I'm poor.
okay,
Money,
so
please.
Ulta, right in front, you're like on the ground now looking up at this amethyst dragon, and everybody else can see this happen, but it's most immediate to Ulta. It's going to give one more of its very infrequent flaps of its wings, and it disappears from your sight. And the next moment, it's going to reappear right here, facing the other dragon.
No metagaming.
It's not metagaming. I can show
know.
you. I can show you.
I
It has blink.
No, I'm glad that they're together now.
So this is what's going to happen. I need the other dragon to make the strength saving throw on its own as this thing rears its head back and throws another breath attack at the other dragon.
Dragon battle.
It doesn't look like it has any special saving throws, so that's just a 16 plus 4, so unnatural 20.
Unnatural. Okay. Yeah.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. So you're going to see this pulse of like the shockwave emanate like a donut shape from this dragon's mouth
Ooh,
again. And your dragon will take 18 points of magical force damage. Nothing else happens to it. It's just going to take that damage from the hit. And then it's going to take 2 claw
Hang on, though.
attacks.
Guess what? Guess how many hit points it has left?
Uh-oh. What?
1.
Oh, boy. Okay, so it's going to be slashed at twice, and that is
It
going to
yells
be...
back.
Is that a reaction or just a flavor?
No, it is just
Okay.
flavor. It's gonna screech back. Like, we are gonna have full dragon roars in this combat.
Excellent. I'm down for it.
Yes.
So then a couple of claw attacks after the breath weapon will be a 17 and a 24 to hit.
The second one hits, so it's down.
It is down. So it just dissipates, right?
Right.
Are you still concentrating on the spell, and does that mean anything?
I would love to keep concentrating on the spell because it would mean that I am resistant to acid damage. But I imagine that when the dragon disappears, the spell is done. Yep, the creature disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends, and that's it.
Okay. All right, so that's gone.
Well, that lasted real well. That was good. Good job, buddy.
It did
You lived
things.
well. It did things, and it helped a lot.
Okay. This dragon is, for the record, still 30 feet in the air. No, 10
Great.
feet in the air now, because it was
Great.
matching these guys. And then it's
And
the
the other
black
dragon-
dragon's turn.
Can't do much. It gets to pick a move,
Moonbeam,
an
that
action,
son
or
of
a
a
bonus
bitch.
action.
Yep, and it has to make a save for the moonbeam, right?
Please make a save with a -2.
That's
Yeah.
a con save?
Yeah.
Please don't make the save, actually.
Yeah, don't make the save because you have a -2.
-2, that is 19.
Motherfucker.
But there's still
Take
damage,
half
right?
of this
11?
damage.
Okay.
11 points of damage to you.
I'm just building a new character
Okay,
right now. Don't
this
worry about it.
this dragon looks very bloodied.
Hell
And it
yeah.
has to choose one between movement, action, reaction, right?
Yeah.
Just stay there.
It is going
Don't
to give
move, bitch.
one strong flap of both of its wings and go into dart mode, pointing eastward, and fall all the way into the water below.
Oh no.
It gets fully submerged, and then half a second later, it erupts out of the water with a victorious roar. You can tell it is slightly revitalized.
Hot dang.
I hate this place.
Those definitely aren't healing waters.
So, did I go along with that? I'm still holding on to that black dragon.
But yes, you did.
Oh, great.
Did you also
So-
get healed?
Here's what I'm
No.
going to give you, Aster. You can use your reaction to let go. You know, keeping metagaming out of it as much as possible. You do know that this water looks bad. At least like it's
Oh,
similar
it was, like,
to what was
the
at the beginning, the
acidy-looking
acid
water,
pool.
yeah.
It's different. It's clearly different. It still
Okay.
looks bad-ish.
Okay.
So it's going to be a matter of would you let go or would you hang on?
I think I would let go. I don't want that.
Let
Okay.
it go.
So
There we
you
go.
don't fall far enough that you would have to make any sort of save or anything.
Oh, lit.
But you're gonna let go. You're gonna be lurched a little bit that way. But you're no
Okay.
longer hanging on, and this dragon is now again 10 feet in the air over here, and it looks revitalized.
Cool.
That's all it can do. So that's gonna bring us to Juno with Aster on deck.
Son of a bitch. Okay. Is the blight still there?
Uh-huh. And it is like writhing with these black and purple tendrils that look like something between octopus tendrils and roots.
Should it have been taking the moonbeam damage this whole time?
If it has, then it has been. I will leave it at that. Unless you want to make a perception check to see if anything has been happening to it. That's your action.
I'm gonna make a perception check to see if anything has been happening.
Okay.
Do. Okay, why are you being this weird D&D Beyond? Everything is shifted. I don't even know if I did the right thing. Perception, 23.
Okay. You can tell that your moonbeam has been suppressing some effect from happening, but not completely preventing it.
Okay. Then I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna bonus action freak the fuck out. Let me just check if I can do anything else. Nope. Okay, I am going to... Did I feel the heartbeat when it came out?
Everybody felt that this last time around,
Okay.
yes.
I'm gonna continue moving towards it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as far as I can get. I'm
Okay.
just hovering above the water, moving towards whatever the fuck that heartbeat sound was, because the fuck.
Okay. And you're in the air, you said?
Yes, I am flying still, so I'm trying to stay like covered in these trees.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, that brings us to Aster with Icarus as the next player to go.
Okay. This doesn't really happen that often. Usually I have to get hit out of wild shape, but I'm going to actually spend my bonus action to revert back to me, like my normal shifter person form. I'm Lionel again. And Aster is going to just like crack her quarterstaff onto the ground, and then this ripple of a 60-foot cube, just the entirety of the environment shifts into this fury that like I don't think anyone has ever really seen of Aster. She casts Wrath of Nature. And it is there's a lot with this spell, so bear with me. Yeah, so for that entire the ground of the entire cube, it is difficult terrain for by enemies. Allies are fine. Let's see, and there are a couple of things that I get to do on my turn now. This one doesn't apply because it's at the start of my turn with the tree, so don't worry about it yet. The only thing I can do right now is at the end of each of my turns, one creature of my choice. Oh, never mind. That's on the ground too, so not yet, but soon.
Okay.
Listen, there's like 4 different things with
Yep,
this that
there's
are
a lot going on.
At the beginning of the turn, at the end of the turn, as a bonus action. There's so many things. There's like 4
Isn't the purple
paragraphs of
dragon on the
things in this
ground?
spell.
Both
Wait,
dragons
is one?
at this point are off the ground.
That's what I thought.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, I just wanted to start that up because, yeah, like once I get the ability to fly next turn, I'm gonna start booking it.
Okay.
So yeah, okay. I think that's all I got for now.
Okay. As that happens, all of you are going to see and feel this glow and pulse from the shrubbery to your northeast again, and I'm going to need everybody but Aster to take off your headphones for about 10 seconds.
I want to use my +2. I want to know what's going on. Give me 21. I want to know what's happening.
I will let you know as a result of that. Burn the +2, but you still need to take your headphones off for just a minute. Corn dog's mad.
I'm so angry.
Yes,
Okay.
child. Let your chaos flow.
Okay, we're good.
What do you mean we're good? Wait a minute. What do you mean?
Hey, Juno.
At least nothing bad is happening.
You can see that something is happening with Aster at the moment she casts this. Someone is communicating with her. And to Aster, it feels really good.
Is this Aster's Kamehameha moment like the one Ulta just had?
All right.
We're all slowly becoming Power Rangers.
So anything else
I
for
wanna
your
be a
turn,
Power
Aster?
Ranger.
That is it.
All right. Strength
Should I
saving throw
draw
from
the
LSAO.
cube? Oh.
Yes, please draw the cube.
Okay.
If you guys draw anything, that means you can control
12.
them and I can control them. But if I draw the cube, if I draw anything, only I can control it. Strength save from LSAO.
12.
12. Okay. Seymour's still freaking the fuck out. This whole blight thing going on over there is bad news bears. Icarus with
I'm gonna be
Ulta on
so
deck.
prepared for parenthood after dealing with this stick.
Alright. I'm gonna... Can you bardically inspire yourself?
Yes.
I always forget that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be... Okay, nothing's been going well. I know, but I got this. I've got this. And I'm gonna inspire myself just in case. You know, just in case something goes poorly. And I'm going to cast a 3rd level Witch Bolt on the purple dragon.
Ooh.
So I will roll to make sure I can cast it, which is a 10, which is above 3, right? That's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to cast the spell, which is a 18 plus... Oh, so close to a crit. 18 plus 9? Yeah, 18 plus 9.
27.
27.
And that is to hit which dragon?
The purple dragon.
Okay. That'll hit.
Okay, and then I got 3d12 lightning damage plus my Hex Blades curse. Oh my goodness, I rolled 2 1s, but I rolled a 12, so it's 14, 18 lightning damage as I pull back my bow and whip out this beam of golden electricity. Well, I guess electricity is already golden, but it sparkles a little bit more. And it is now wreathed in my Witch Bolt.
Okay.
So that is one more spell for me.
So you are concentrating on that,
Yes.
and if you use an action to do anything else, it goes away.
Oh, really? I didn't know it went away. I thought it just...
If you use your action to do anything other than activate the Witch Bolt damage, it goes away.
Okay.
But if you use bonus actions, you're still good.
Okay.
So bonus actions and not losing concentration are how you can maintain this. And DM me knows that distance plays a factor, but the dragon may or may not know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yes.
Uh,
You are within range, so you're good. But there is a distance factor for maintaining that.
okay. Let me just double check that as I move away because I cast a spell and know that that's a thing. Alright, so I can move about 10 feet. Alright, I moved 10 feet. I'm good.
Okay. That brings us to Ulta with LSAO on deck.
Ulta is going to stand up and mumble under her breath about Charlie horses and shin splints and getting too old for this shit. And she's going to move right next to Icarus. And with her action, she's going to tap him on the back, and you will see a whole bunch of little tiny chipmunks just kind of like crawl all over him, but they are spirits, and she's with her bonus action going to cast Healing Spirits. So you will get 1d6 hit points back.
At first I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, oh.
Yeah, so it's just tiny little, her swarm's gonna just turn into tiny little chipmunks, and they're going to try to feed you little peanuts. And you can decline them because they're magical peanuts and they make no difference. And then she's going to, since that was her bonus action, she's going to turn around and withdraw her crossbow and just shoot out 2 crossbow bolts. Oh, and I did it through Roll20 again, but I did a 17 and a 20 to hit, so it was a dirty 20. So
The 20 will hit.
boom, and that's 8 piercing damage.
Alrighty.
Is that with your Hunter's Mark?
Oh yeah, Hunter's Mark. How long does that last?
Perfect, thank you.
hour?
It's concentration for 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeet.
Somebody has something
Thank
for a
you.
minute. Witch Bolt? I think that's a minute.
Moonbeam is also a minute, I do
Plus
believe.
5 more piercing.
Okay.
Well, 5 more for Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Yeah, I will need to trust you guys to help maintain, keeping track of the number of turns things have happened. Moonbeam has been at least 3, so if you don't know for sure, Corn Dog, we'll just call it 3. Out of, if it's a minute, that's 10.
Yeah, it feels like 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Feels like the past hour and a half have been 3 rounds. 2 hours, sorry.
D&D
I
combat,
misspoke.
y'all. We're doing the best we can. It's going pretty well, in my opinion. Anything
Totally
else? Ulta.
That's a negative.
Okay, LSAO with
Do I heal
Juno.
this turn or next turn?
What's that?
Do I heal this turn from that spell or next turn?
Yeah, this turn. They try to immediately feed you chipmunk imaginary
roll it or do you want me to?
peanuts. You can. It's a d6.
6.
Until the spell ends, you deal an extra. Or wait, I'm reading Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark.
I know it's like one every round, but you can also move it to other people. So
Yeah, until the spell ends, whenever you or a creature you see moves into the spirit space, 1d6 the spirit and can heal a number of times equal to my spellcasting modifier +1. So I'll feed everybody peanuts if I need to.
All right, LSAO, what's up?
Permission to visually flavor a spell for aesthetic.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. First of all, my poor little dragon can be removed from the board. Rest in pieces. And actually, he will rest in pieces because I'm going to cast Conjure Minor Elementals. So from the little wisps of all of the platinum and silver that the dragon was made up of, those are going to kind of vaporize, but then recoalesce into 8 steam mephits that are shaped like tiny little dragons.
Awesome.
And 4 of them are going to swarm the head of the amethyst dragon, and 4 of them are going to swarm the head of the black dragon. And they are just going to be an angry flock of seagulls.
Oh, jeez.
And they're all going to attack. Okay?
Okay, so here's how we will do this.
I don't expect them to last long at all, so you probably don't need to put them on the board. Just know that there are 4 small elementals around each head.
Let's do 1 token for a group of 4 and another token for
Great.
a different group of 4. How's
Great.
that?
Perfect.
Okay. So what needs to happen for that? Is that an attack roll or a save from the dragons?
No, it's 8 different attack rolls that I need to make a second. So we're just gonna roll a whole batch. I have one that made an unnatural 20, and I think that's the only one because the next highest is gonna be a 14.
You are correct.
In the first batch, I'm rolling 4 at a time. So the amethyst dragon first is going to take 3 slashing damage and 4 fire damage.
Okay.
And then the black one's flock of angry tiny steam dragons. The highest one that I have is a 19, and then the next highest is 14. So I think only the 19 might hit.
The 19 does hit.
Perfect. So the black dragon then gets the same. I rolled the same for damage. So 3 slashing and 4 fire.
Okay.
And they're just being as loud and chittery and annoying and in the face and eyes as they can be in hopes of drawing attention.
Okay. At the end of your turn,
Oh no.
everything around you stops. Everything around all of you turns to black, white, and gray. And just like shades of gray in between to fill in all of what would be color around you. You feel one more pulse and see a white flash out of the humongous mound of shrubbery and roots and tree branches to the northeast. And it opens up at the top with these tendril-like effects sort of wriggling at their apex. You will see a green figure jump up from this hole, essentially, in the mound. Land on top on its feet. Give one look at everything happening in your guys' general direction, and you'll see this massive flash of green. Your faces right now are so perfect. All of the color returns to everything. And you'll hear someone say to you, Finally, I am free to kill these bastards for the last time.
Us?
Wings burst out from behind them. They give a single flap, and with a similar effect to the amethyst dragon, you'll see this shockwave pulse emanate from their feet as they fly to the amethyst dragon, and with one swish of a humongous greatsword, land a clean blow. The amethyst dragon will shriek in pain, and we will resume combat.
I forgot to breathe
This guy
that
on
whole
our
time. Oh my
side?
god, the amount of oxygen that
What?
just hit
Yeah,
my lungs.
same. I was like, what is
I just
happening?
felt like-
Enter player 6.
It's just that he also doesn't like them, but he's not.
Everyone's here.
Yeah, he has some bad vibes, but also like he is fighting our enemies.
Or like,
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh my god, what just happened?
All right, the amethyst
I think
dragon.
this is the person you got to be flirting with.
Flirt with
Hey,
them,
fuck
brother,
you.
flirt.
The amethyst dragon is going to scream in pain at this slash as now a new, what looks like essentially Langdodrosis Cyanrath, but in a green form and a horrifying, fierce glint in their eyes,
bad, remember.
is facing up against this dragon. The dragon is going to rear back and hurl out of its mouth a spell at this creature, and you'll see it basically bounce off as if this force field was around it. You're familiar with the spell it cast. It rendered you guys immobile earlier. Sorry, not spell, dragon breath effect. And then it is going to be the black dragon's turn. It's going to also fly over to this thing, take a tail whip and a couple of slashes, and only one of the three will land at the back of this creature at its wings and deal some damage.
Can I take a free action real quick?
Sure.
Yeah. Fuck you, Amethyst. That's what you get for not joining us.
All right, Juno, with Aster on deck, what's happening for you?
How do you even play this game right now? I don't.
Did I not tell you this? Well, I tweeted this is going to be the most intense
sir,
D&D
quick
session I've ever
question.
been
Did the
involved with.
blight take its damage?
You would
Did I
see.
roll that damage for you?
Nope. You would actually see that the tendrils coming out of the blight have receded. It's still there. You can feel bad mojo coming from it, but it has reduced.
So did this green thing just pop out of where the heartbeat was that I was trying to get to this whole time?
Yes.
Fucking rad. All right, so I'm gonna scoot back. Damn it. Yee. Oh, hello, baby.
This music is the best, by the way.
This music
I
is
love this
really
song.
intense. My brain is exploding.
I take a lot of pride in the effort I put into the music affecting the mood in the moment. And this is very much a moment.
Okay.
As bad as Juno feels.
Well, so am I allowed to weapon attack while I have concentration of a spell going on, or is that not a thing? I don't know how to play this game.
That
I've been
is
playing it for 10
absolutely
years.
doable.
I don't know how to play it.
So the only thing concentration affects is another spell. If you were to cast another spell that requires concentration, you would have to lose the effect of the existing spell. And then there are other things that also get rid of concentration, but as far as like things you can do simultaneously, you can do literally anything else as long as it doesn't take away concentration.
Excellent. Then I don't saddle up next to my spouse. I'm saddling up next to Black Dragon's wing, and in a fit of rage, I am going to attack it. I'm gonna make it real weird. I'm going to attack it with my Warhammer hammer single-handedly, and then my other hand there will be a hand axe. Yep. So I'm just gonna attack it twice. Please and thank you. Here we go.
Okay.
Here's this one. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna attack it with my whip. So Warhammer one hand, whip the other hand.
Nice.
25
both of
and a
those will hit.
21. Excellent. So that's 10 points of damage. Plus the 1 point. Are you fucking kidding me? 1 point of Divine Strike. 1 point of radiant damage. So that was a 1 on that.
So it's going to be 11 because you're one-handing it. And the one-hand damage was 10. Yep. Okay.
And
So
of
11...
course, I roll better Divine Smite on my whip. So 5 slashing damage. I think it only...
Divine
just double
Strike.
check.
Oh, I don't know if it happens to both. Yeah, that's good to check.
I think it does.
Features and traits. I know how to play a cleric, everyone. Oh yeah, it's with a weapon attack. So yeah, the 5 also happens.
Okay, so that
5
is
radiant damage.
26 total.
Yes.
Nice.
Or no, hang on. 21. That's how math works. 11 plus 10.
Where did
Right?
the Divine Strike happen for the second attack? Sorry,
It's the
the
5
first
there.
attack.
It's the 1. So
Divine
10 plus
Strike
1
doesn't happen for both?
is 11. And then 5 plus 5 is 10.
Oh,
21
I
points
see.
of damage. Because I get it both times because it's with a weapon attack.
Yeah, I just
I'm a
misread
cleric.
how Roll20 was displaying that. Okay, so 21.
I know how to
Nice.
do math.
Anything else for your turn?
No, if you want to make it 26, I understand that. That
No.
sounds good.
I just
I'll
misread
take
how
21.
Roll20 was displaying it. Okay, Aster,
No worries.
your turn with Icarus on deck.
All right, get ready, because I'm about to do a bunch of things.
All right.
All right. So, first of all, because of Wrath of Nature, at the start of my turn, each enemy within 10 feet of any tree within this cube has to succeed on a dex save. I think it's just the black dragon based on the map that's next, like that close to a tree. Yeah,
You're choosing,
I measured it.
you get to choose enemies, or is it everybody?
It is all enemies within 10 feet of a tree.
Okay, I think it's clear enough that this new person is not an enemy.
Yeah,
So,
for now.
it'll just be the black
Anyway.
dragon.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I need a dex save from them.
Deck save. Coming in hot at 19.
Okay, well that makes it. And unfortunately, it doesn't say anything about half damage, so that's just not gonna work, I guess. Okay, cool. As my bonus action then, I'm going to use the rock feature of this. So I'm going to make a spell attack and launch a rock at the amethyst dragon and see what happens.
Okay.
I think that's my favorite part of the spell. It's just like, yeah, let me just throw a rock. 21 to hit.
That hits.
All right, so that is 3d8 bludgeoning damage.
Holy cow.
And I also need a strength save.
If you kill a dragon with a rock, I'm gonna be so proud of you.
Okay, this guy is a 12 for the strength save.
12. All right, so that fails. And since he failed, he is knocked prone. So I'm not sure if that means I knock him out of the sky.
Fall from the
Yup.
sky, bish.
Yup.
God,
Okay.
I love that though. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, and now, what do I want to do then? Because that's changing what I want to do with my wild shape as an action then. Because there's something on the ground. You know what? No, we're still gonna do this. As my action, I'm going to wild shape into a giant eagle.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, like I'm doing a lot on this turn.
Do the thing.
Wait, there's something on the ground now. So at the end of my turn, At the end of my turn, one creature of my choice has to succeed on a strength save or become restrained by roots and vines.
Which is at disadvantage because you're prone, I think.
Yes, good.
Wait.
I don't know if that's strength. I think that might be dex.
Okay.
I think it's dex.
So you hit the black dragon with a rock.
Oh, was it the? Oh, wait.
I thought you hit the purple
No.
dragon.
Yeah, I hit the purple because
Okay.
it wasn't the one that was by a tree.
This is part of the reason I'm asking. So I need to reverse this and apply the damage to the other dragon.
Yes.
Okay. And it failed the strength save. Wait. Yes, it failed the strength save, so it was quote unquote knocked prone, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you are then doing what?
The roots and vines feature of Wrath of Nature
Okay.
basically says at the end of each of my turns, one creature of my choice that is on the ground in the cube has to succeed on a strength save or become restrained until the spell ends, and then they can try to save out of it.
Okay, so this will be at the end of your turn. So you're doing nothing else, right?
Yeah, because I
Okay.
did my action, I did my bonus action. This is the end of my turn.
Okay, this is most of the reason I was asking.
Yeah, no problem.
So it was
Magic.
10 feet off the ground and was not able to do anything. I'm sorry, what's up?
No, you're just doing so good. Everything's so complicated and you're amazing. That's all.
Oh, thank you. I am doing my best, and it seems like everybody's doing their best, and it's going very well. So I appreciate everything moving along really well. Okay, so you hit it with a rock. It basically got stunned for a second, fell to the ground. This is all during your turn. It's taking 4 points of bludgeoning damage for hitting the ground and being unable to do anything about it. And now your roots and tendrils thing is happening. So
Yes.
what are the details of that?
Basically, I just need a strength save first, and then we'll get into it if they fail.
Also,
that's
do the
gonna be a
Mephits get attacks of
disadvantage.
opportunity?
No, so that's a very good question. So the reason I keep attack of opportunity as written, and I know there's a lot of controversy around this, but there's a reason I keep it the way it is. Attack of opportunity is predicated on the fact that the creature used its own means to exit space, non-magically. So things like Misty Step, those are like, poof, I'm gone, not enough time to react and take a slash, right? But in hand-to-hand combat, if you see someone take a step to move out of your space, there is enough reactionary time for a well-trained hand-to-hand combat person to take a slash. And that's different. So because this happened from someone else's means, not the creature intending to leave your space, that's why I stick to rule as written. You do not get an opportunity attack. Does that make sense?
Good deal.
Okay. So prone, it needs to make a strength saving throw, or is it strength check?
Strength save.
Okay. Attacks are at disadvantage. Disadvantage on attacks, so not disadvantage on the saving throw.
That's what I thought.
So that's going to be this. And this is a 16.
That still fails. It's restrained.
Nice. Okay.
It's
Okay.
on the ground.
It's on the ground, restrained by roots and tendrils.
And then you can either. It can use an action to make a strength check again against the spell save DC.
To try to
If
get
it
out.
wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That is all I can do.
Can
Are you
I
sure?
learn this spell? It sounds like a great spell.
It's a druid or
It's
ranger
very
spell.
much a
I
druid
guess
thing.
technically a bard if you want to magical secrets that up. You could do that.
I'm gonna do it. I'm nature now.
It's a
Okay.
very good spell. It's very complicated, but very good.
There's a lot going on. Okay. So, LSAO, I need you to make another strength save, please.
Oh my gosh.
Seymour's going at it.
I'm just yelling at the giant eagle of teach your stick better. 18.
Okay. He's still freaking out at the blight, although when the green
Ow, ow,
half dragon
hands,
creature
ow.
appeared, he was like, wait, and then kept going at it.
I have to cast with these hands. Stop scratching them.
Icarus, right before your turn, all of you are going to see these tendrils of roots and bark skin that emanated from Aster's spell get amplified double as the half dragon flying above you now gives a quick like downward swish of her sword toward that spell and its effect, and twice as many roots are going to come up and wrap around that dragon and pull it even farther into the ground. You're going to hear some crushing sounds as if bones are breaking, and this thing is going to scream into the empty space above it. Icarus, it's your turn.
So as I'm walking forward, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, that's what you get for not teaming up with us. And I am going to activate my Witch Bolts because free damage, right? And that is, wow, 25 plus 4, 29 lightning damage.
Okay. And that was which dragon?
That is the purple one because it's already on it. It's a free hit.
Okay, yep.
And with that, I don't have many bonus actions.
You have inspiration.
Yes. I am going to give my Mantle of Inspiration. So using one Bardic Inspiration, I am going to give temporary hit points to up to 5 creatures within 60 feet. 5 creatures within 60 feet. So Ulta, Eliseo, Juno, Aster, and Dragon Lady all gain 5 temporary hit points, and you can immediately move without provoking opportunity attacks right now.
Nice.
I'm gonna
If you-
move one spot down closer to the butt of the dragon.
It's fully optional, but you can.
I'll move further away.
As you guys get like
How many temp HP?
How much can we move?
5 temp HP and up to your full movement without opportunity attacks.
Dang.
Nice.
Yep. And then you guys are just
Back
like
up a little
layering
bit.
with like golden like gauntlets and shoulder pads and like almost like a little bit of armor before it fades off. And that is my turn.
We are so aesthetic, and I love it so much.
I'm really loving the descriptions for everything that's happening. This is great. Okay, Ulta, your turn with Eliseo on deck.
She's going to move up 5, 10, 8. I don't want to be in the tree. I just want to be under the tree canopy.
We're being a little loose with like the boundaries of the tree. Let's just say like the middle 5 feet is the trunk, and the rest
Okay.
is just like under the branches.
The canopy. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I want. I don't want to be in the tree. She's going to, and then okay. Question about where this guy is located. Is he in the mucky, goopy, watery stuff, or is he on a normal ground?
Above by about 10 feet.
Check. Okay,
Above the surface by 10 feet.
but he's above the goopy, like goopy, slimy stuff.
Yes.
Okay, she's just going to do 2 crossbow bolts again. 12 and a 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
Yeah. With 8 plus, we will do our hunter's mark because I forget it all the time. And then
13.
boop boop boop. Bonus action. I will. No, I'm not gonna do that. That would be a bad idea. That would actually be a very stupid idea. I'm not gonna do anything. I am going to grovel. You will see me grovel, and everybody around me will gain advantage on attacks that I can see. You will see Ulta very uncharacteristically get very, very small, even smaller than she normally is, and kind of even go belly up to give. That's Eliseo, Icarus, and I think that's it. Advantage on the next attacks. The end.
Okay. It is Eliseo's turn next. This is a good time in the evening for us to take one more quick break. So let's do that. Restroom refills, all that jazz. And we will continue in just a couple minutes. Unfortunately, I do not have a full image. I have been trying to get multiple commissioned images for this entire thing, and all of that fell through in a not pretty way. So, we have to rely entirely on my verbal descriptions, and I'm doing my best.
The token that you have chosen to use, all I can think of is reminding me of the Darth Kermit meme. Like, just a little green face sticking out in the black hood, so all I can picture is that Darth Kermit is here.
To be fair,
Close
I
enough.
commissioned something
Do it.
over a year ago and paid for it, and I just now got a sketch. And I literally just gave up hope. I was like, I paid over $100, and I just assumed I wouldn't get it.
Yeah, we are live again. But yeah, I like paid partially up front as I believe it should be done to have some stuff done for this particular session a month ago and have gotten nothing. So, anywho.
You can still share
I will
it with
send
us.
a strongly worded letter to whoever is necessary.
If you need someone to Karen, I am in fact very white.
Oh, believe me, I have no problem Karening, but today the focus is on this and not the artwork I wanted to get for this. And if it comes up
Just
later,
use
we'll
it
make
later.
Yeah, I'll show it to you guys later. I'll show it to chat
We'll
later.
fight another black dragon
All
and
that
it'll be much
shit.
more
Don't.
intense.
Don't do that.
It's the tyranny of dragons. When Tina Matt shows up.
There you go.
Yeah, actually, he shows up at the end of this fight, and that's when we die, not right now.
Anywho,
No.
we are currently at Eliseo's turn with Juno as the next player to go. The Amethyst Dragon is restrained on the ground, bound by this amalgamation of roots and branches. The green one, the black dragon is now 10 feet above the surface of the pond in front of you.
Excellent. I'm gonna mind whip both of them because they're close together. Yeah, if I cast it at a higher level, I can target multiple targets if they're within 30 feet of each other. So it's real nice of them to get real close. Be a dummy. Intelligence saves, please.
I'm sorry,
Ooh.
which dragon?
Both.
Both.
Amethyst and black.
Okay, for the black one, that is a 16. For the
Fail.
amethyst one, that is a 21.
Pass. Dang it.
Okay.
So the black one gets all the usual effects. The amethyst only takes half of this damage. 14. So 7 psychic damage for the amethyst.
Okay.
And the black one can't take reactions. On its turn, it gets a move action or a bonus action. It only gets one.
Okay.
And then the methods get to go. What is the protocol for them being restrained? Does that mean that attacks have advantage?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Your attacks against them have advantage. Their attacks against anything have disadvantage when it's an attack roll. And they have disadvantage on any dexterity check or saving throw.
Beautiful. So I'm going to do 2 of the ones on the amethyst first because I only have 4 d20s out. So we'll check their advantage, and then we'll do the next 2 of the amethyst, and then we'll do the 4 on the black.
Okay.
Okay. We got a 19, which I think, does that hit the amethyst one?
The amethyst one, that does hit.
Sweet. And then I have an 18 to hit the amethyst. Is my next highest.
Both are against the amethyst?
Yeah.
The 18 does
And then
not hit.
Okay. I was going to say the next highest is
Does
17.
the inspiration work for this? Sorry. This is me rolling a dice right
You're
now.
right. I don't know that I would waste that on a Mephit who can deal at most 8 points of damage.
Waste it. That's more damage that I can do when it's my damage is always halved.
Do you want the inspiration? We're married. What's mine is yours.
Nah.
Okay.
Use it.
What's yours
What else
is
are we gonna
mine,
use
and
it?
what's mine is mine.
It's 10, 12. What else are we gonna use it?
Yeah. Come
11,
on.
12?
So anyways, 2 of the 4 hit on the amethyst because they rolled with advantage then. So that is 2 points of slashing and 3 of fire on the first.
Okay.
And the second did 1 slashing and 2 fire on the amethyst.
Coming in hot.
Listen, they're tiny, annoying things. The description for steam mephits say that they are bossy and hypersensitive. So. But anyways, the 4 on the black are gonna go. They all have regular attacks, right?
Yes.
Cool. 4 at once. We've got, 2 unnatural 20s.
Okay, those both hit.
And then the next highest is a 14, so I don't think it's gonna hit.
No dice.
No. So the first of the 2 that hit on the black is 2 slashing and 3 fire damage.
Okay.
And then the second one is 2 slashing and 2 fire damage.
All right, noted. Infinite RP, welcome. Thank you for that massive raid.
Hello.
We appreciate you guys. Hope you had a good stream. We are in the middle of a really intense combat with 2, count them, 2 young dragons. And a
all of
new
my
player has entered the battlefield who is a mystery to us all. Sorry, Eliseo, what, anything else
so
for you?
yeah, that's what my flock of angry steam dragon mephits do. They're trying to be on like the heads of the dragons away from other people, because if they ever take damage, they're all going to explode.
Okay.
And I would like them to not deal my friends damage. So they're all gonna try and stay as above heads as possible,
Awesome.
but still be really annoying,
Okay,
like pecking at eyes and stuff.
Can you ping, would these ones be like right here?
Yeah.
These guys? Okay, and then these ones would stay right here?
Yeah, like high vertically as they can. Yeah.
Off the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because when they explode, it's only like a 5-foot radius around them that I need to be concerned about.
Okay.
I
Fair
am really
enough.
hoping that they get to explode. Like, I like them, but I want to see it.
Gotcha. Okay. At that point, the green warrior is going to sort of look like they are planting their feet on the ground in midair for just a second, and at the same moment flap their wings one time, and you'll see this shock wave of energy emanate from the impact point of their feet, and they're gonna fly at this black dragon, take a quick slash like midair with this massive sword. Ooh, wait, I didn't do that right. That still fails. It was supposed to be something different, but that still fails. They are going to graze the hide of this black dragon midair, and nothing's going to happen. But at the end of that stroke, they're going to quickly point their sword to the ceiling of the branch-encrusted dome that you guys are in, and it'll partially open. You'll see this 30-foot or so hole erupt out of the top of the ceiling, and sunlight's going to flow in directly onto the black dragon. And hold, please.
Still can't tell if this is a good or bad person.
Oh, it's gonna burn. A lot.
Us?
Nice.
No, the dragon, the black dragon.
Did they cast Sunbeam? Is that what that was?
Okay, this hurts. This hurts it a lot. It screams in pain as this sunlight smokes it. Quite frankly, it's going to screech in pain and fall into the lake, and this time will not come back up.
I worked very hard on this.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Kill Stealer?
I'm pissed.
I did the rolls.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
We loosened it for you.
True. Okay, so then the Amethyst Dragon is going to struggle against the tendrils, and Aster, remind me what the save is to try and get out?
It's a strength or athletics check.
Okay. Oops, clicking the wrong stuff. That's a 22.
Oh yeah, it's gonna break out.
Okay. So it breaks out. That's its action, right?
Correct.
Okay. You're going to see it break out by spreading out its wings and essentially like giving a quick twirl to cut the tendrils around it. And then as it plants all 4 of its appendages and launches off of the ground, you'll see another black blight form in the ground directly below it. That's all it can do for this turn. That's going to bring us to the black dragon.
Can the black dragon heal from death? 'Cause it's in the
Reappearing
water?
out of the water.
Aw.
Slightly revitalized, but clearly extremely hurt. Juno, you're up with Aster on deck.
Fuck this black dragon. And I'm going to hit it twice with my whip and my warhammer. Hopefully. Actions. Warhammer. And Elliot.
Oh! Damn! Okay.
Natural 20 on the
20.
warhammer.
Yes.
The whip doesn't hit, but the warhammer hits real hard.
That's my wife.
Bam, 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 bam. Oh man, that crit damage is so beautiful. I don't know how you want to do this, boss, because it doesn't have the whatchamadinger.
One-handed is a D8 plus 6, so that's going to be 14. Plus what you rolled, which is a 4. So 18. The way I do crit damage is your maximum damage plus what you
Is it
actually
a
roll
4
on the
or
die.
is it an 8? Because there's also the D8 from. So it's the 10 or the. Hold please. It's the 8 plus 8, 16 for
ignore
max
what
speed.
ignore
Because I
what
rolled
roll
a 2
20
dice now.
That's for two-handed.
No, the 8 is one-handed. The 1d8 and the additional d8 are divine smites, so that's 16 there.
Oh, I see. Yep. Okay.
I'm trying to do maths and I'm real bad.
I forgot to divine smite.
Plus
eight-
the 4 plus 6.
8
so
is from
16.
divine smite, right?
Yep.
Plus the D8, which you would have rolled. That's 8 for max damage. 16. Plus the 2 from your strength modifier.
Yep.
18. Max
Plus
damage
the 6
rolled.
that I rolled.
Plus
Yep.
the 6 that you rolled, but that's a plus 2.
8 plus 6.
What you rolled is a 4. The die number that you rolled is a 4.
Oh.
Okay.
Math is
Yep.
hard, everybody.
It is. There's a lot of stuff
Hey,
going
ma'am.
on. Welcome to medium level D&D.
I just want to wall up the fuck out of this dragon, please.
Yup. So
And if it could go back into the water, I would like to ride it down Staying
Okay.
just above the water and like hovering above it, waiting for it to come back up again. That is
Okay.
the cinematic preview I am going for in this instance.
Excellent.
If it goes down, if it does not go down, then I'm climbing the fuck on top of it and just standing on it, waiting to wallop it again.
It does go down, so you're riding its, again, limp body into the water.
I'm not
Right.
going into the water. I do not want to touch it.
It's going
I
into
will
the water.
hover
You are
gently
not.
above it.
Got it. Okay.
So that way it collides with me if it tries to come back out.
Okay.
You're ghost riding the dragon.
Yeah.
Juno,
Rider.
you have an opportunity to react. As what happens is this dragon's body again goes into the neon muck below you,
I hate this mug.
but immediately erupts. What you see first is the very tip of a root.
Just the tip.
You said it, not me.
Oh my god. That was a brain thought. I am
didn't
so
mean to
sorry,
think that thought out loud.
Internet.
I would have said it.
Hey man, it's usually me.
It's
so...
an 18 plus channel. We're
One of
good.
us would have said it.
We're
18
good.
plus. This is 18 plus.
I've said fuck so many times
Don't
already.
fire me, TPK. I've said worse. I've said worse.
The end of a root erupts from this water and then like in a split second turns into 2, 3, 6, 12, and this tree immediately grows out of this spot, and about 6 feet in you'll see the chest and everything else of this dragon just limp coming out of the water with this tree growing through it as it's
So cool.
protruded on its way out. Anything else for your turn? Would you like to react to that?
My reaction is going to be to ride the tree, I guess, up. And as it goes up, I'm just gonna yell, "Revenge of the plants!" And not really know what the fuck is going on. I'm just here to support plant life at this point.
Excellent.
Jesus Christ, what is today?
Aster, it is your turn.
All right, time to like be the worst player ever and have all these things to do on my turn again.
Do it.
All right, so since this tree just appeared, does that count as a tree within 10 feet of this amethyst dragon?
You won't know until you find out.
All right, well, I'm gonna try to use like my tree attack thing again at it. So I need a dex save from the amethyst dragon.
Okay. Spoiler alert, it does.
Pog.
Uh, 22.
Oh, yeah, no, that'll make it. No damage
Okay.
from that, unfortunately. Okay. As a bonus action, I'm gonna throw another rock at it. Let me just roll a spell attack real fast. I'm waiting for my hubris to catch up with me. Yeah, 15's not gonna hit.
Does not
All
hit.
right, so there's the hubris. All right, so as my action, I'm going to fly up and have an aerial battle with this amethyst dragon and try to hit it with these attacks. Giant eagles have a multi-attack, so let me try the first one.
Okay.
Ooh, 21 to hit. Nice.
Ooh, that hits.
So let's roll the damage on that real fast. So that is 6 plus 3. For 6 damage, let's
Okay.
try a Talon attack. For 24,
That hits.
which is 2d6 plus 3. For 12 more damage.
Okay.
I think that's all I can do. Yes, that is all I can do.
Excuse me. Okay. So, Aster, at the end of your turn, with these Talon attacks against the last dragon left, who's been bloodied and battered and has abuse the lot of you as you go. It's going to rear its head to the half-open sky above it and scream. All of you need to make a strength saving throw.
Natural 20.
What's the total?
22.
Okay.
Nope. 11.
Yikes. 14. Help, I'm flying.
I'll catch you, babe.
Catch me.
Okay.
Icarus? Oh, 15. So 23, 15, 14. What was Eliseo?
22.
22
Natural
and
20.
Esther was what?
11.
Okay.
Oof.
Anybody who rolled a 21 or lower, you are going to take 36 force damage.
What the fuck?
As in the dying breath of this dragon, it screams to the skies, and this shockwave emanates from the hole in the root ceiling above you, just blasts through this entire arena and pushes you to the ground. Who is unconscious?
Not unconscious, but I'm not an eagle anymore.
I am.
And the rest of us take half, I assume?
If you saved, you take half, yes.
Great.
I used my inspiration, which was a d6, and failed still. 15 plus 6 is 21, which still fails.
Wait, I thought it was 21. Or was it 22?
21 or less still failed.
21 or less. 22 saves.
Jesus. Fucking
Was I the only one that made it? Oh, okay.
I did not. I'm still conscious.
Okay, good.
Well, at least the healers are conscious.
Hey, I still got plenty and I have healing, so.
Okay. With this scream to the skies and dying breath as this dragon starts to go limp and fall to the ground, another massive branch shoots out from the lake below you, or in front of you guys, and penetrates the very middle of the chest of this dragon. It goes completely limp.
Ew.
The two dragons are then pulled over here.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm supposed to heal when that dragon dies, but its death did damage to me. So how does that work?
They're going to cancel each other out, and the difference will happen. So if the
Okay.
damage overreached the healing, then the difference is damage to you, and vice versa.
I don't know the exact math, and I already did it, so I'm just gonna say I'm down but not dead. Because I think I might still be down. I'm not sure.
As your sister, I will heal you. Just give me a minute. Well, not a minute.
I could get you
12
two.
seconds max.
I could get to him.
Okay. The branches sort of like sleuth through the sludge in front of you at the same elevation, I guess, about 10 feet above the water, maintaining the bodies of these dragons, and pull toward your east, toward the heartbeat pulsing green, purple, black, blue, back to green heartbeat of a shrubbery. And you'll see in front of you that these bodies, slowly at first, but at an accelerated rate, shrivel up and disintegrate in front of you. The heartbeat quickens. And what will be left of these two is naught but the skeletons. I'm going to represent this real quick by big red X's. The shrubbery will open, and at the point of origin, this mysterious green half-dragon creature will quickly jump with its shockwave energy upward and at an arc, and then planting its feet on the ceiling straight down into this opening. And out of this, you will see 2 massive wings erupt. The shrubbery will come down even more, and you will see the head, neck, claws, and then body of a tremendous green dragon.
I'm so tired. What?
It's going to look at you guys, and with a green flash from its eyes, it will bow its head, look at the lake in front of you, breathe through its nostrils inward, and breathe out a blue hue to all of the water in front of you. Everybody please make an Arcana check.
$37 Arcana in chat.
I see a
What?
5, 9, 15, 11,
23.
23. Something extremely powerful has happened.
No shit.
Eliseo,
Yeah.
it's drawing you to it. It feels
Oh, the
extremely
nose.
helpful.
Okay.
To Eliseo specifically, or Eliseo is just the only one who notices that's drawing all of this?
Eliseo is the only one who feels good. And then
True,
this
I am
dragon
confident.
will
I do not
just
feel good.
look
yeah,
at
I'm
you.
like, I'll take a couple steps forward towards the dragon.
Okay. As your front toe on the last step just barely touches the mud forming from the water in front of you, you immediately feel completely revitalized. You feel the effects of a long rest.
Amazing. I'm absolutely not gonna go baptize Icarus.
Yeah, I was about to say, do I need to make any death saves while we're slowly figuring this out, or?
I'm gonna run back to Icarus and just haul his body and dump him in there. Not telling anybody. Like, I'm just gonna like book it to him and just haul him.
I will scream from the skies. Ah.
I'm just very unceremoniously plopping him in the water.
Come, my
And then
friends.
just being like, come on, buddy, come on.
We have much to discuss.
Thank you.
So I get
What
Respectfully,
kind of fuckery is
who
this?
are you?
double checking. Dead people drowned in water still heal a long rest, right?
I'm hoping, because
Like,
otherwise I think I failed you at death
Yeah,
save.
if you went in, you experience the benefits of a long rest.
Okay,
Yes.
just making sure that there's no, like, you're still drowning someone that's unconscious.
Aster,
made that
you said
choice.
something. What did you say?
I said, respectfully, who are you?
And I just said thank you.
Aster, daughter of Ash and Aurora, Moon Speaker of Tomorrow. You gaze upon Maarlok, Great Worm of the Forests, and Fabulous Dragon of the North. Come forth.
I love her. I love her so much.
After like just a second of just absolute shock, yeah, Aster will approach. Also, I am small. I don't know how to do that for my character though.
Child of Druids, you are so fearful. You feared your power, you feared your potential. You seek balance, but you have suppressed it. Why?
Because I've seen what it can do when I can't control it.
You fear your lack of control. No?
More or less.
Good. It's good for you to be careful with your power. As you have been told in times past, it is good to maintain your balance. It is also good to set yourself free. These are words you've heard before. Yes?
You're correct.
Child of the Druids, you are on the right path. I can see your friends too. The ripples they make are unique.
Aster, make a perception check.
Oh boy. All right, high bonus. Don't fail me now. 16.
Something pulls you to the last something pulls you to the last minute or so of the battle that just happened. As if you were intentionally pulled to it, as if you're like reanalyzing everything that just happened, and your view pulls out of your own head and into this like third person omniscient sort of perspective. And you would zoom in on the face of this mysterious green half-dragon creature. Her, you know now, moves are incredibly precise. She never once looked at anything. And at one moment before her final strike of that combat, her eyelids open. You see nothing but a gray cloud in each eye socket. She is blind. Your vision now turns to what you can see directly in front of you. This massive green dragon has the exact same effect. She is blind.
Is it an avatar? Wait, no, they're blue.
Oh, cool.
You focus on my eyes, but you do not see what I see. This concerns you, no?
You're on a roll. You're correct again.
Why?
Why? Guess because I'm used to really seeing just about everything.
Moon Speaker of Tomorrow, Consider this the next lesson in your training, in your pilgrimage, in your mission. See not. Feel. Your feeling will be all the sight you need. I have seen everything that you have done under the tutelage of your teachers.
Your mind quickly flashes, and now everybody is along for the ride. All of you are going to see a young Aster in the middle of a ceremonious circle, pointing her hand and her staff as a child toward an empty space in front of her in the middle of a grove, focusing, frustrated, trying again, trying again, trying again, small sparks emanating, and then they dissipate. They just go to smoke. They fail. And then you see her mother and her teacher speak to her, but only Aster knows the words. And heck, DM to player, do you know the situation that I'm speaking of right now?
It sounds like the background cutscene that you shared in TPK show discussions a while ago.
Bingo. Aster, you see that memory again. All of you see that memory, but you don't hear the words that are said. But all of you are able to experience the feeling that Aster has, as after her mother and her teacher give her words of encouragement, she steels herself for a second, points her hand and her staff forward again, and this eruption of fire emanates. And you all feel the feeling of satisfaction and this electric pull toward that.
You experience the weave. You tap into the weave. It is yours to use. You learn. How does it feel, child?
It feels freeing, like you said.
Powers that be around us have ill will. I apologize, but I must show you my lament.
All of your visions are going to quickly shift into a massive void in front of you. And you will see this dragon herself, standing on her hind legs, arms outstretched, head looking to the skies, but you have this bad feeling. She is stuck, petrified in this position, if you will. And a view pans down to 9 figures. 4 in front, 5 in back. 8 of the 9 with their arms outstretched toward this dragon, chanting. The dragon is screaming to the skies. She's in pain. After a few seconds, you will see the dragon's image split into 2. One is green, one is black. It will split again. One is purple, and one is completely colorless. A shadow in your image. Your view will pan down a little more to the figures making this ritual happen. You will notice no fewer than 4 red robes with a golden sun down the middle. Four of the others will have a familiar purple draconic armor look. One of them seems to be a blend between the two. You don't recognize this look at all, but it seems to be a blend. Chanting. Chanting. And when the ritual is done, the dragon in front of you collapses to the ground in this phasing sort of look. The purple and the black run off into the woods. The shadow-looking dragon slowly emanates toward the party of 9. All of them, in one way or another, are absorbing the energy coming toward them.
These foolish mortals know not what they steal. My echoes across the worlds have fed power into this realm that they know nothing about. They are now formidable, but their stolen power, their lies, cannot overtake your truth.
You're going to see the 2 points that the dragon's now skeletons have been held up by these tree branches disintegrate into nothing but bright singularities in front of you.
Aster of the mountains, young moon speaker of tomorrow, do you declare your virtues trust and good?
I do.
Why?
And with as much as she can without even like voicing it yet, she wants to project the thing that has been just echoing in her mind since Rydolph uttered these words in their first meeting, that big is the heart of nature. She has been thinking about that just over and over, which with each encounter she's had, and how to take that forward without even trying to speak it yet. She just wants to give that expression in her face, and just every fiber of her being just project that forward.
The great dragon in front of you will give everything that represents what can be a smile. Massive teeth all across her maw.
I give you this soul willingly. It is my own. It weakens me to do so, but I abandoned the plans and schemes of the Queen long ago. This is precisely why these wizards and schemers came to steal from me in the first place. You shall have my blessing, my love, my spirit, and my power in the war to come. Tiamat must not arise here. She plans to, and these wizards will do their damnedest to make it happen. I am far too proud to let that happen under my watch. Be born again, Moon Speaker of tomorrow, Dragon Knight of today.
The two singularities will smash together in the sky in front of you and emanate this bright green, purple, black, back to green light and shoot into your chest, Aster. All of you will see a green fire erupt from her feet all the way up her body, forming wings. And in a similar effect to what happened to Ulta, you will see a mix of hide and bark skin and bone form into this beautiful Dragon Knight form that is now Aster, the Dragon Knight.
I have only one request of you while you continue on your quest.
And now you can all tell she's addressing all of you.
Justify my betrayal. The dragons are not as cut and dried to good and evil as you may think. I feel all of the ripples through the forest. Many are evil, many are good, and they mesh together in a mess of agendas. Yours must be just. Promise me this.
I promise.
You are destined for greatness. Please.
And she'll pause for a second. Look back toward the mound behind her. And you'll feel this sense of panic for just a second. And then excitement and joy. The bush around this area is going to sink away just a bit more, and you'll see this black purple light emanate from underneath, revealing 3 eggs.
Yeah!
They present the very same jet black look that you would recognize from the hatchery all those weeks ago.
You can count on me to help in the conflicts to come. But for now, I have a duty to fulfill. Thank you.
Thank you. And just kind of in hindsight, do I notice if this dragon has a shadow or not?
It does.
Okay.
We must check everyone for shadows.
Just because, you know, when shadowy figure appeared from a ritual. This dragon just thought I would check.
Before anything happens, can I take out little Sunrunner and just show him the big dragon?
Yeah.
This is what you will become.
Yeah, we'll say that I just set him right there on my shoulder so he can watch all that.
Okay. At the moment you set him down, he's gonna like look up, get really wide-eyed, and give you like a really aggressive shove on the side of your head with his head, like a headbutt, and fly up straight toward this massive dragon in front of you, and kind of circle around a couple times, and Maarlok will tilt her nose up and blink her eyes a few times. By this time, you can definitely tell that she can't see with her eyes, but feels what's happening around her.
Ah, little spirit. You reek of Auvernax. I should have known.
And Sunrunner is going to give a little roar and breathe a little fire directly at the snout of Maarlok, and fly back to you guys. Fly back to Ulta, perch right on your shoulder. And Maarlok will continue.
I will send you to the hidden castle. The house you've seen is just a conduit. You are on the right trail. Let's give you a little boost. For now, I will take the time I need. I will see you again. Let this day be known as the day the first people witnessed the great worm Maarlok.
You'll feel a wave like water rush over you all, and see this series of roots and branches and grass push you along out to the edge of the arena that you're in. And slowly the trees around you will open to let you through and close behind you. And at the last little glance of Maarlok and her eggs that you can see, a little poke happens at the tip of each egg, and a snout emanates. A little roar from each of the three. And you'd notice at just the last second, the color of each fluctuate. Maarlok will rear her head to the skies. All of the branches will open up. And you would know without a doubt that this roar is one of joy. You emerge about 300 feet away from the moat and edge of a castle in the forest in front of you. And without a doubt, you know this is the next place you are meant to go, with the blessing of the great worm Maarlok herself. That's where we will end tonight's session.
All right, castle.
That entire time, I was in Eliseo's arms, just looking up like,
Yeah, I pictured that a little bit of like, I dragged him into the water. We're just like on the beach right now. Oh boy, this is not the scene I wanted.
got special powers, you guys.
I'm
Who's
so excited for
fancy?
Red
you.
Ranger.
So, Heck, I'm going to be sending you details on all the stuff you get. As all of this transcends, all of you experience the benefits of a long rest.
Oh, God bless. Fuck me.
We were running on fumes.
Yeah.
Great.
Woo!
I know there was
A
a
lot of expletives
lot
there.
of narration on my part, but
God,
It was so good.
it was so good.
That
Oh,
voice
I'm
is
so
so cool.
soft.
Voice effect we've had so far, I think.
That was so good for Aster. I'm excited to
I'm
watch
so
my facial
excited.
expressions back.
And the babies were born, the babies we saved earlier.
We saw the babies hatch. They're she's their
babies.
mama now. I'm
Mr.
so
Rogers just
excited.
at level 10 though.
Oh my god. You gotta stop.
It's not even us anymore.
Chat wants us to.
so for chat,
Sorry.
whether you're familiar with this campaign or not, I have no problem disclosing this concludes a completely homebrewed chapter of this campaign. I'm gonna be open for a minute and say this story is very close to me in more ways than one. So, Aster, congratulations. You now have the Jade Amethyst Dragon Soul Stone. Details coming to you within the next couple days. And we'll pick up at the edge of the castle next time. So let's go around the table real quick, introduce ourselves, what's going on for you, or sorry, your character, and then what's going on for you until we meet again in 2 weeks, starting with Heck.
It's me first. Hey everybody. It's me, Sir Heckalot, you know. Tonight I played Aster, the shifter circle wildfire druid, who is now effectively the Green Ranger of this party.
Dragon Ranger!
Green Dragon Ranger, let's go. But anyway, you can find me on all of the social medias at Sir Heckalot. In terms of where you can find me in the TTRPG space, I am here obviously every other Thursday for the show that you just saw. I'm here every other Tuesday with Oathsworn, our Odyssey of the Dragon Lords campaign. And every other Sunday, including this coming Sunday, I'm over on Neon Lights Roleplay playing the Violet Sea, which is a system completely homebrewed by our lovely GM, Tate Washburn. And you should definitely check it out. Every Wednesday, starting in February, I'm going to be over at Sir Hooper's channel playing the Locust RPG. It's a like personal horror RPG, so if you're really into that kind of thing, definitely check it out. And every third Thursday of each month, I'm part of a D&D podcast called Dungeons and Discussions, and you should check it out because we had our first episode and it's on Spotify now. So yeah, I think that's about it. Moving on over to Niffer Niff.
Hi everybody, I'm Niffer. I played Eliseo, the Osmar Time Wizard. I'm just so excited about Dragon Rangers. I hope we all get to become one and then we make one giant dragon and we eat Tiamat. I'm so excited.
You get a Dragon Sword?
Yeah, can we do that? Anyways, I am very sick, so I'm gonna go real fast. Hi, I'm always here on every other Thursday playing this campaign. And then guess what? Tomorrow is season 2 of Cold Hands, Warm Heart. I am campaigning to call it Colder Hands, Warmer Hearts, but no one else is putting up with that. But I think that we should. So yeah, that's a really fun Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign that we are gonna play. I play a similarly soft bully in that campaign, so I'm very excited. I'm gonna go sleep now.
Bye, I'm Hyacinth. I played our Elven Bardlock Twin 2, who was completely just clobbered by this purple dragon that he was trying to become friends with. So yeah, that's where he's at. I think it's the first time he's got unconscious in a long time. So that was a trip. Yeah, my only other stream that I've been doing with us has been put on hiatus for a little bit. So we're a little short on Power Rangers activities, so we gotta fill it up here just to balance it out, you know. I'm actually now in 2 Power Ranger campaigns. Who knew? But yeah, so I will be here every other Thursday, and maybe I'll get involved in more when I get time. Who knows? So yeah, come back, have fun, chill with us.
Hello, everyone. It's me, twin number 1. I play Juno,
Good
our
ASMR.
elvish cleric. And wow, tonight was a journey. I don't know if I've smiled this hard in a session, so my face feels broken. So thank you, Magic, for all of the wonderfulness that was tonight. You can catch me again here on Sunday, where I play a dwarf in the Lord of the Rings universe, and we are going to use our dwarven power to save Rivendell, those fucking musty elves. So, if you want to come see some bullshit happen, we're gonna go save some stupid elves from their stupid problems because they gotta get their shit together. Come hang out Sunday evening. We'll be here. I believe it's 6 p.m. Central. I'm actually not sure, but come hang out Sunday. Watch for the tweets. Off to Chrissy.
Hey guys, I'm Chrissy. I played Ulta, our Swarmkeeper Ranger. Where can you find me? All over the internet at Chrissy Crits. You can also find me in the TPK Discord, which I'm sure Heck or somebody has already linked multiple times in the chat. You can find me during module week doing a lot of things. I am in our Madness Calls It Forth campaign. It is a City of Mist campaign run by Proper Nerdy, which if you have not been catching, it is wildly fun and full of all sorts of puzzles and fun stuff. And then also we have Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords with Heck. And we also have right here every other Thursday for our Queen's Gambit campaign. We have a bunch of stuff coming up. I'll be on another channel, Harrison Streams, playing House of Lament with Corndog. We will be doing all the things. So many things.
I have no idea what's going on, but it's like plan for a 7-hour session. It'll be chill.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. No
and
big
what?
deal. No biggie. So you'll find me all over the place. Just if you want to give a follow on social media, go for it, or just join us in the Discord, check out our schedule. The other thing I like to mention, and I know that Niffer does as well, I am a Jasper's Game Day ambassador for this year. Niffer was one for last year. So if you are not familiar with Jasper's Game Day, please make sure you check out the link. They try to focus on suicide prevention, education, and awareness. So if that is something that is near and dear to your heart as it is to mine, make sure you check it out. I don't know. I might have forgot something. Busy thinking about Power Rangers.
Excellent.
What a mood.
I'm so in love with how this has turned.
Well, I'm happy about that. And finally, I'm Dat Magic Juice. I am the DM for this campaign. As I said before, this is a very 100% homebrew portion of this campaign. Mix of what you've seen here today and the Tyranny of Dragons campaign as written. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. If you think you know the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, I can promise you, you've not seen it as we're doing it here. So if tonight's not proof enough, well, I don't know what you're watching. I do run one other campaign on my channel. That's been linked already. Thanks, guys. That's every other Sunday. It's a little off schedule right now. So this coming Sunday is our next session where we are hitting a similar peak of big storyline stuff starting at noon Central on that channel. Otherwise, you'll see me here again 2 weeks from today on this channel with this campaign and this lovely crew. But we're going to leave it at that. So be cool, people. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you love our story half as much as we do. That'll make it worth it. See you later.